And now we move on to question number 8, which is, how will you overcome being homesick? Now, I definitely did get this question last year, and I answered this question by saying that I've already gotten used to studying abroad from my hometown, away from my hometown, sorry, and living by myself as a college student, as I've been studying in Universitas Brawijaya in Malang for a couple of years now, from all of my family and friends in Jakarta. Of course, saying that you have experienced it isn't quite enough explanation, so you should follow it up by explaining how you did accomplish adapting to living in a new environment and overcoming homesickness. What do you think?
Yeah, agree. I think homesickness could be a real problem, but probably at 6 months you won't really be that homesick. But
Uh,
anyway, you can always mention that you can add to that with like saying you will still keep a close-knit Indonesian community here, and you will still keep a strong relationship with your support system back home. And also, finally, I think the most important point, you can always say that it will be uncomfortable, but you also have accepted that it's a part of the study abroad
oh,
experience, and that you are actively actually seeking this process to grow into a better person. And you know that you can always say that I know life won't always be uncomfortable, but it's a process of growing and stuff like that. So yeah.
okay, thank you, God. A question actually came up to my mind, which is, I my thought process is explaining my own experience, but what if one of our fellow friends of the IISMA applicants have never had the experience of studying away from their hometown? What would they, should they say stuff like, I've been to different cities for travels, experienced different cultures throughout my life, or what? What do you think?
You can mention that, but I think any experience that would make you a bit like shocked with adjustment or
Oh,
uncomfortable with adjusting to a new experience would still be relevant. You can cite like, well, I have never been apart from my support system, but I have experienced many things that made me uncomfortable with adjustments, such as this experience. I'm sure most people would have one such
okay, true,
experience,
true, true.
and explain that you could deal with it, and you can explain that this, well, homesickness might be new to me, but I know I need to pass through that in order to grow. And yeah, I think that would be convincing enough.
Okay, thank you, Ka. Thank you. That's really nice. And now I'm gonna state my scripted answer for this. It is quite short, but here I quote: I already know what's best for me to overcome homesickness, as I've experienced it myself when I stepped into my college years. I'd been living in Jakarta for 18 years, and then I moved to Malang for my studies, leaving all of my family and most of my friends behind, and then living in a dorm by myself to take care of myself and my dorm itself. I found that the best way for me is to keep myself busy with making new friends and exploring new places in the town. Finding new friends eventually helped me gain a new dependable support system in that town where I can meet them and talk to them every day. And exploring new places in the town allows me to distract my own mind of being so far away from home. And it introduced me to places where I can refresh my mind, whether it's a cozy little cafe or a well-equipped gym. So that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's a great answer. You actually mentioned all your experiences comprehensively. I would also answer the same. I don't think I had this answer in my LPDP interview, but I would probably answer along the same lines.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Kat. And now we move on to the ninth question, which is, what was your biggest academic obstacle and how did you overcome it? Now I'll start. This question isn't as straightforward as it seems for me, because it can either show that you're self-aware of your obstacles and how to solve them, or it can actually give the impression that you are easily distracted with simple obstacles and expose a new weakness in yourself that you've never stated before. I'm saying this because the latter almost happened to me last year. You shouldn't dodge the question here and just choose a silly little obstacle, but you should pick one that you feel most confident in showcasing the whole experience of your struggles, how you overcome that obstacle, as in you feel like you will be able to explain how you overcame it thoroughly, and you're certain that it will highlight the strength that you've previously explained, or even showcase a new strength that you haven't mentioned before. And that's what I think about this question. What do you think?
Agree. I think actually this question is an opportunity for you to showcase your perseverance and problem-solving ability. I believe the interviewer's reason to actually always ask this question is because they want to know if you are strong enough to study abroad for 6 months, whatever may come. So you actually have to show that you are capable of tackling a big problem that has happened before in your life. So
Okay.
I'm curious to hear your answer to this.
Oh, it was bad. It was bad. Fortunately, I did get the seat, but yeah, it was bad. And so how I answered this question last year was with, and I quote, the biggest obstacle that I faced so far in my academic years is having the sudden drastic change to online classes due to the pandemic. I found that it was difficult for me to be motivated from online classes, as well as understanding each courses thoroughly. This is also because I'd been a very structured and scheduled student, where I write down a to-do list every day down to the details of the minutes of each task. I eventually was able to overcome this by modifying my environment, which is my bedroom, into a much more appropriate surrounding to be productive. All the distractions are locked away when I want to focus, as well as relying on other sources of materials, as well where I found a lot of YouTube channels that explain my courses clearly. End of quote. And the immediate response for my interviewer last year was with, "So you're not a flexible person, huh?" And, and that really caught me off guard, because I was only able to respond with, "I do prefer having a well-structured schedule of my daily lifestyle. It helps me be more productive. However, knowing that online classes often have sudden changes of Zoom schedules, I now have temporarily stopped making to-do lists on my notes and just simply make them in my head, imaginary to-do list." So that's my answer. Yeah. And so I evaluated my poor answer and found that I should have structurally answered this into four main points. First, I should have explained the situation and how it affected myself, and then explained the root causes of the situation and how I identified them. And then I should explain the process of planning and strategy to overcome those root causes and then actually executing them. And then lastly, I should be reflecting on the whole experience, how it exposed myself and my weaknesses, and also how it helped me improve into a better version. So that's that. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's an amazing framework that you mentioned, and I think it's really nice that all of you who are watching this video could like just note that
Yeah,
down.
yeah. Write that down. Write
Yeah.
that down. Yeah.
I think one thing I want to emphasize is that those things happen when the interviewer push you into a corner for one question.
Mhm.
I think that almost always happens with every interview. So you don't need to feel bad about that. I think it's actually, I think they actually mean to do that. They want to see how you react when you're being pushed to a
Oh.
corner, even if you feel like you're being unfairly pushed into a corner. And the most important thing here is to stay cool, not be frustrated or angry, and just think on your feet and answer honestly and politely. That's really important. I know a lot of people who didn't pass their interview because they couldn't respond to this, let's say, provocation and like responded negatively. I think that will look really bad. So just the most important takeaway point is to keep a cool head through this process.
Okay, thank you, God. Oh, yeah, yeah. I definitely agree, and I feel like when they do those evil things, I think you should not say like, "No, no, I'm not what you're saying."
Agree.
Yeah, you
Exactly.
don't disagree like instantly, but
Exactly.
try to like explain it
Yes.
more thoroughly.
Still take their perspective agree with their perspective, but
Mhm.
then try to gently steer it to make them see your point of view. Don't make it like a hostile interaction.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Do
yeah,
it
definitely,
with at
definitely.
any cost.
Okay, thank you, Ka. And that is our question number 9. And now we move on to number 10, which is, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Now, for this question, I believe you'd want to clearly explain about your future plans or roadmap, let's say, for yourself in 10 years' time. Of course, you'd have to elaborate this roadmap on the things you've previously said before, which is relating to your life passion or values, what you're trying to achieve now, and what you want to achieve in the future. And you should definitely go ahead and write down a roadmap of yourself in 10 years' time. Write down what you want to do and achieve every year. Give yourself options so you can consider which one would be the best for your passion that is aligned also with your strengths and weaknesses, as well as what you will gain from this program that will be utilized into that roadmap, into achieving those milestones in your own personal roadmap. This answer should be very personal to yourself, I think, and objectively, no answer would be too small or too big, as long as the roadmap shows clear, feasible progress towards the ultimate final goal, which is the year 10. Yeah, that's my thought process. What do you think, Ka?
Yeah, agree. I think writing a roadmap is definitely the most important step. Other than writing a roadmap, I would highly suggest you to connect with probably alumni or seniors in your field of study to understand their career paths, because that could heavily influence you in drafting your own options for the future. And yeah, just do lots of research about possible career paths and do lots of self-reflection about what you actually want to do later in life.
Okay, thank you, Ka. But also, I think we should remind our fellow friends here that even though you have a detailed roadmap, I don't think we should give like 10 milestones, at least like five most important. What do you think?
Agree. And I think it's important also to keep your roadmap flexible, because I mean, I
Oh,
think as you get older, you'll realize that even if you plan, lots of things don't go to plan. So it's nice to also keep a flexible perspective on your plans.
okay. Or have a plan B. Plan B is important.
Yeah, or have a plan B.
Okay. And so my own scripted answer for this would be, and I quote, of course, this year I'd love to maximize my experience of studying abroad through this wonderful program, gain a lot of learning experience both academically and soft skills wise. But next year, I'm planning on joining an internship program as I haven't had the chance to jump into the professional world. And I'm certain that it would give me a lot of learning professionally. And in 2 years' time, I'm hoping to graduate from Universitas Brawijaya with a cum laude GPA and a great research paper. After graduating, I'm hoping to see myself being accepted into a university abroad with a scholarship for my master's degree, as I want to keep learning and have an MBA degree. I'm hoping to have a part time job doing my master's so that I can have an even deeper understanding and experience of the professional world and continue working for a couple of years after I graduate from master's. And after that, I'll start developing my own agriculture business. And so in 10 years' time, I will hopefully see myself busy expanding my own business nationwide and then globally. So that's my roadmap for the next 10 years. Thank you. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's really great. That's comprehensive. What I would add is you already have this in your question, in your answer, but what I would emphasize for everyone who's watching is you have to go back and also remember that this is still an Indonesian government scholarship. So it's really important that you incorporate contributing to the nation back
Yay!
some way
Write that down.
in your
Write that down.
yeah,
Yeah,
so you don't
definitely.
don't make an impression that you're only using this as a stepping stone for your future career. So always
Ah,
put back contribution to Indonesia in your answer to this question.
Give back to the country. Give back.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Ka. And that is for question number 10. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? And now we move on to question number 11, which is, what do you think about IISMA? What do you think about this program? Now, first, I want to ask, did they ask you the same? What do you think about LPDP or not?
I didn't have this question personally. No.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't expect this question to come up at all, but yeah, it did. And so what I think is for this question, you will have to do research about the program itself, IISMA. We, the alumni, have shared the Google Drive link consisting of the published documents about the program. So go ahead and take a good look at them, evaluate what you think about the program, what you personally believe about the program. Give your impressions about it, give praise if you want to, I don't know, and give comments about or advices if you want to, as long as you keep it in the scope of your own personal experience, which means for now you can only comment about the application process. You haven't experienced the visa preparation, etc. So don't comment on that yet. And you can say how much this program means for us undergraduate students of Indonesia, and explain how much this program means for you. How would it be such a great experience to help you with your goals and accomplish your roadmap, your personal passion and goals? So that's what I think. What do you think?
Agree. You could probably mention something about what you think IISMA is from seeing the experiences of like past alumni like Yovian and others from IISMA BU and other IISMA. But yeah, you can like state from what I see through their projects or their social media. They have gained lots of benefits, blah, blah, blah. I haven't experienced that, but I'm eager to also see how it will turn out for my own personal development.
Cool, cool. Yeah, yeah. See from our Instagram page, we have those highlights, see everything about it. Thank you, Kat. And now my scripted answer for this. I quote, I personally am amazed by this program and truly grateful to have this program available for us Indonesian undergraduate students, as we previously had never seen abroad scholarship programs at such a major scale like this before. We all know about the LPDP scholarship, of course, and it's only for graduate students, but now we have the IISMA program, and I believe this will be such an impactful program to boost our education system with introducing us students to an international academic experience and broaden our mindsets into a global perspectives of different cultures and different values. And I definitely realized how much this program would mean to me personally, as I've never had the chance to study abroad before. Thus, it'd be a life-changing and eye-opening experience for myself personally, as well as helping me get a chance into a prestigious school for my master's degree, hopefully with a scholarship funding as well. Maybe LPDP towards Harvard Business School, perhaps. I don't know, but yeah, that's my answer. Thank you.
Go back to Boston.
Oh, amen, amen. We'll see.
Amen. I think that's a really great answer. I really like how you mentioned how IISMA is the first such initiative. I actually went to an exchange program in my undergraduate days, but there wasn't an IISMA back then, and it was like really rare. So it's actually amazing that you guys have such opportunity.
Yeah, I know. Shout out to
to
our government now.
Yeah, it's really amazing. So you can always mention that.
Yes, thank you, Ka. And yeah, that's for question number 11. What do you think about IISMA? And now we move on to number 12, which is, why should you be selected for IISMA? And this question gives you a great opportunity to showcase your charisma, which is much needed to show that you are worthy of this scholarship and that you are true to your words, your goals, and your passions. I really want you to pull out your most confident and charismatic side for this question. Even if you have social anxiety, please just toughen up just for this bit. at least, is here you are in efforts of trying to convince your interviewer that everything that you've stated in the interview and everything that you've put on your CV shows how you are worthy to get this scholarship and that you are the most appropriate student that they are looking for as scholarship providers to meet the visions and goals of this amazing program. And the way you should convince the interviewer is not just randomly saying about how good you are as a student, but you have to position yourself on the interviewer's seat. They are assigned by the Indonesian Ministry of Education to provide these golden tickets, or for KGB, it's investments that are worth up to $30,000 each student, because they need as students as the future generation of our country to be able to adapt to the ever-changing professional world, which requires, as they've stated in their website, multidisciplinary skills, deep academic knowledge, strong soft skills and experiences, international networking, and a wide perspective mindset with global outlook. So yeah, they are looking for great investments, for great ambassadors who will be representing this program, representing your home university. For me, it's University of Brawijaya, and most importantly, representing this beloved country of ours throughout the exchange semester abroad. So go ahead, please take a good look at the IISMA website, their published documents, and truly understand what they are looking for. Read about the remarks given by the institution's director and the program chairman and understand what they're looking for and prove that you are what they're looking for. So that's that. I didn't get this question last year, so I'm not gonna quote anything, but yeah, that's my thought process last long. So yeah, thank you. What do you think?
Agree. You really have to show your confidence, your uniqueness as an individual, and your excellence as a student. Don't just say like, because I'm diligent or I'm hardworking, because everybody are.
Yeah,
Most
yeah.
people
Everybody
is
will say that at
hardworking.
least.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody will say that. So you have to really stand out. You can quote your strong points, your uniqueness, quote probably a purpose that makes you special, something that a project or a purpose that you want to do
Oh,
and you
yeah,
feel
yeah,
that
yeah,
this
definitely.
one would really help you with to achieve. So yeah, and of course be confident, as Yovian explained.
So yeah, definitely. That is very, very interesting indeed. So what we believe, we both here agree that the importance for you here as an interviewee, as an applicant, is to
Yeah.
be unique in your own true ways.
Yes.
See this, especially for number one, see it as a storytelling opportunity where you showcase your true unique self, your true side, whether that is your passion or maybe you have this unique plan, some sort of project that you want to accomplish in the future, or maybe during your program abroad, even that would be better. So yeah, that's that. Be unique with your own personality.
Exactly.
Thank you, Ka. So yeah, that's that. That's number 12. Why should you be selected for ISMA? And now we move on to the second to last question, number 13, which is, in what way are you going to introduce Indonesia to your friends abroad? Now, for this question, I believe you'll have to explain how you'll be a good ambassador throughout your semester representing our beloved country. So how I structured mine last year for this answer was by I focused on my own personality, which is that I explained how I am an extrovert who likes to share about my passions. I love to share about my interests to my friends, to people around me, and how I'm actually pretty good at influencing them, introducing my friends to the things that I found cool or worthy of sharing. So for this year, you also have to keep in mind that you will be assigned, and you guys already know this, I did not last year, you will be assigned to host an Indonesian cultural festival at some point during your program. And so it would be a strong point if you could also explain how you already have a vision, a plan for hosting that event, for that Indonesian cultural festival, that you think will be valuable and will be impactful for the communities over there, the local communities. So yeah, that's my thought process in this. What do you think?
Agree. And I think other than like tangible points such as culture or food, you can always mention also how you will represent Indonesia through your daily actions and your work ethic that
Ooh.
show them that you're a friendly, hardworking, and committed
Yeah.
individual.
Oh, yeah, yeah. We Indonesians, we're
Yeah.
very friendly. Sometimes we're upfront. Well, that is netizens, but
Yeah.
true Indonesian, the true Indonesian color. We're very friendly and hardworking. So yeah. And so how I answered this question last year was with, and I quote, I know that I'm an extrovert who is often very open and expressive towards the people that I'm comfortable with. I always love to share with them about my passions and interests, and that obviously includes my culture, which I am very proud of holding. I will definitely see myself sharing a lot about my culture, about how my hometown, Jakarta, is like, about how my lifestyle looks like in Indonesia, about my favorite Indonesian food and drinks, my favorite places in this country. And I will definitely encourage them to try them out. And I believe I won't be doing this just to my closest friends that I'll have over there, but I will also do this to the people who I just met, because it'll definitely be a great topic, a great move for ice breaking. Talking about Bali and Sumba and nasi goreng and this really awesome shirt that I'm wearing called batik that they've never seen before. What better way as a foreign student to get closer to someone you've just met over there than by exchanging each of your different backgrounds and cultures? I'm also planning on bringing some Indonesian souvenirs to give to the friends that I'll make over there and to my lecturers who I will eventually have to leave by the end of the program so that they'll have something to remember me with and my culture also. So that's that. Thank you. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's a great answer. That's very comprehensive. You already outlined a tangible plan as to how you will do that. So yeah, I think that's a great answer.
Ooh, thank you. Did you get this question too for your scholarship?
Uh, I don't think so. No.
Oh, how long was your interview?
I my interview was 1 hour, almost 1 hour. I was grilled on other things like
Wait, wait.
uh yeah, I was grilled a lot on the research. Uh,
God, last year it was 15 minutes. So yeah, I only had like 7 to 8 questions. 1 hour. Wow.
yeah.
Okay. Whew. And I'm hoping for that next year. Okay. Good luck, future me, I guess. But yeah, that's the second to last question. And now we move on to the final question that we've listed, which is number 14. Why did you choose to study the courses that you listed on your application form? Now, the answer for this question, I believe, for me personally, is very similar to the previous answer, actually, because one of the main reasons why I chose Boston University is because of the courses. Their courses are exactly for what I need around business and entrepreneurial management. So, for this question, essentially, you have to clearly explain that the courses you've chosen were evaluated very carefully and that in the end, you've concluded that those courses are the best fit to help you reach your goals and passions. So we're not talking about the Boston University itself as a college, not about the amount of international students or about Boston as a city. We're talking about each of those courses. They are really important for you and for your future. And also, even if your courses are really, really different from what you're currently studying, what your major is here in Indonesia, you should still explain that the choices that you've made are for gaining multidisciplinary knowledge, which you found to be essential for the goals and passions that you're trying to achieve. Let's say, even if you are a design major in Indonesia, you can take courses similar to mine in BU, management courses, entrepreneurial knowledge, and say that you've been studying in your home university for years about design, about making designs, and realize that you will need the entrepreneurial knowledge and the management skills to actually be able to market and sell your own designs and perhaps even develop your own design brand. And even better, you can say that you're planning on continuing your studies as a master's student taking design management, let's say. But yeah, I beg you to not say simply that you chose those courses because you've never had them before, you've never had anything like them before, and you want to try them out of curiosity. That sounds a bit selfish for me personally. The way you're trying to take a seat, a very pricey investment from another student who actually needs those courses to build their future. I also recommend you to understand the details, or at the very least, the course outline for what you will learn from each of those courses. Find it from the university website, or even better, you can ask for the course syllabuses from an alumni group. So yeah, that's my thought process. Quite long. Thank you. What do you think?
Agree. And I think this question shows up actually in LPDP interview.
Ooh,
So as you explained, it's really important for you for people to read the syllabus. If you can try to understand how the course is held, is it a discussion course? Is it a didactic course? And also if you can see who the professor, the course director is, and if he or she is important in the field, that could be an added strong point as to why
ooh,
you choose that course specifically.
that's really detailed. Interesting.
At Alpha the interview, I think, yeah, that's what I did. I think people have to do that. For a college, I think it's probably less specialized.
Hmm.
So you probably don't have to go into that much detail, but would be nice to do that.
Would be nice. Definitely would be
Would be
nice.
nice.
Do that. Take notes, okay? And now, how I answered this question last year was with, and I quote, the courses that I've chosen are business strategy, entrepreneurial management, project management, and innovation process. All four of these courses have been evaluated to be the best knowledge and skills that I need to develop to help me reach my passion and goals of developing my own agricultural business. As an agribusiness student, I've been studying a lot about agricultural practices, community developments, communication strategies, but I found that I am still lacking the skills and knowledge to identify innovations that are needed by the market, the communities, and actually develop those ideas, those concepts into reality, into products that I can actually gain profits from. Thus, I chose both innovation process and entrepreneurial management for my studies. And I realized that after I'm able to develop my own concepts, ideas into products, I will have to be able to develop them as a team in order to grow from a concept into a project and then eventually into a business. Thus, I chose project management and business strategy for my studies as well over there. So that's my plan. That's my reason behind the four courses that I chose. Thank you.
That's an amazing answer. I think the thing I want to point out for everyone who's watching is how you actually tie that to your future plans. So agribusiness, so it makes sense that you want to take all those courses. And also I think that an important point is that you actually mentioned the skills that you lack and you feel
Ah,
that you need to take those courses to help you expand your skills in that area. So it also again shows that you've done your homework and you're aware of in which areas you need to improve.
oh, yeah. Thank you. So,
I think
yeah,
that's a great
write
answer.
that down. Don't show that you want those courses. They're interesting. Show that, emphasize that you need them, you lack them,
Yeah,
or you're very passionate
exactly.
with them. So, yeah,
Exactly.
either one of those. Yes, thank you. And so that is the end of our info session, our sharing session towards the ISMA interview questions last year. Hopefully, it'll help you guys and girls with your personal preparation towards this interview stage, which will be coming in a couple of weeks. We wish you all good luck for your preparations, for your applications. Hopefully, you will be the next ISMA awardees and then the LPDP awardees. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping for the same thing, actually. But yeah, that's that. Thank you so much, Kagebi, for your
Thank
time, for your
you.
help,
Thank you.
sharing
Hope
your
it was
wisdom.
helpful.
And yeah, that's it for us. Thank you, everyone, for watching. We hope this will be helpful for you. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.